Hello everyone. Today I wanted to try out a couple products that I've been a bit curious about, mostly because when it comes to anime themed or otaku themed products, is it just a cash grab to get us to buy shit we don't need? Or could it be a familiar way to introduce us to products that are unique but might actually work? So one day I was perusing the internet as one does, and I came across this Sailor Moon eyeshadow palette. And then to accompany the eyeshadow palette, I picked up I almost said iconic, but I don't know if that's really the word. I feel like we've seen this more than the eyeshadow palette, but this is the Sailor Moon eyeshadow makeup brush set. I don't remember if there were complexion brushes in this. I decided to do my base makeup, but if there are complexion brushes in here, then whoops, my bad. Maybe we can still play around with them. So I got these both off of eBay from different sellers. I will put the prices next to me on the screen. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into these things. Let's first start with the eyeshadow palette. And these are both wrapped in plastic. I wanted this to be a really true, genuine first impression experience. So this is what she looks like on the front and back. And the outside is like a smooth cardboard material. And let's just, oh my God, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, this looks like a kid's palette. And that was also my first impression of it when I saw it online. 22 eyeshadow colors. And then we do have 5 pans on the bottom that are heart-shaped. I guess you could consider those to be eyeshadows as well, but I feel like they're probably thought of as blush colors, which even then the pans are way too small. There is a mirror in here. It is a little smaller than what I remembered, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty clear. And the weight of the palette, I mean, it's pretty light. Again, it's like a cardboard paper situation. You do get a couple brushes, which one already popped out. We got this double-sided spongy applicator. In what world did anyone ask for this? And then we have a small shader. And then we have this itty bitty brush, which you would think that if it was bigger, it would probably be like a contour or a blush. But I do think that it's for this middle section to like go like this and then put on your eye. I'm not sure if or how that's gonna work for me. And I think it is magnetized, albeit not the most secure packaging. Next, let's move on to our brush set. So they're all individually wrapped and you get this little pouch with it. It's a little cheap up here, this little gold foil moment, you know, if I'm being honest, but not bad. I love the detail. Like, it looked okay online, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm a little shook right now. So this looks like an eyebrow slash eyelash brush, like you would comb or comb. So next we have a large shader brush. And these are all synthetic bristles, by the way. Ooh, we got a little bit of shedding here. This one is probably a complexion brush, like a little contour cheek moment, blush moment, possibly a highlight. It has an angle to it. This one is a eyeliner or detailer kind of brush. The shape of it is flat like a shader, but then it's long like a precision brush. So like, who the hell knows what I'm gonna use that for? Next, we have an angled brush. Ew. Okay, so I'm touching these bristles and there is something coming off. It doesn't look like there's any product. Maybe it's dusty. Let's just keep it moving for now. I don't know what to think about that. But anyways, now we have a small shader brush, which it can't be the inside of the pouch because they were all put in plastic bags. And then we have another complexion brush. This is like a standard powder brush. This one feels nice and soft. This one is probably your blush slash contour. Pretty loosely dense like the powder brush. It feels really soft. And I really like the coloring of the bristles. You can see it better on the bigger brushes, but they all have this, you know, soft pink going into white. Now it looks like they're not completely perfect. You know, like they're not super polished. I think for the most part, they all look pretty good and they have a nice weight to them too, which makes them feel a little expensive. The palette smells like baby powder. Oh my God, she's so cute at the bottom. Should we just like swatch stuff? Oh God, why did I wear long sleeves for this? First up is this matte white. This may very well be just like pure talc pressed in a pan because it feels really smooth, but there's absolutely no color payoff. So now let's try the one next to her, which is this metallic medium brown. This looks a little more promising. Do you guys see this? You know, she's not bad. Next to that is a gold color. It's a little bit of a different color than I was expecting too. In the pan, this looks more like a yellow gold, whereas the swatch to me is a little bit more orange with a gold reflux. That's pretty. Next, we have a matte black. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really the worst at swatches. Better than what I thought, but still not great. So next we have a almost pinkish, rosy brown color, also a metallic. Not bad. Again, not really the color I was expecting. It still has a bit of a pink reflux, but it's a little more orange. And last on the top row is this metallic rosy red kind of shade. Pretty close to what it looks like in the pan color-wise, and it's a really pretty, even looking metallic. So that was the first row. If you forgot that I put an eyeshadow up here, you're not the only one. So despite the white shade, which is a complete joke, everything else basically showed up pretty well. Let's get into our second row, starting with this metallic, plummy purple. Holy shit. That's fucking pretty. So next to the purple, we have this metallic white. I feel like you're gonna fail me. That was about what I was expecting. She's not great. She's not completely invisible like her matte counterpart, but this might be cute like in the inner corner or maybe the brow bone. Maybe. So for the sake of swatching purposes, I'm gonna treat this big guy in the center as two individual colors. But this top color is a light brown metallic. Another orange, not what I was expecting. Next we have this metallic red slash possibly another orange. Again, not what I was expecting color-wise, but just like the other metallics that we've tried so far, it's smooth and pretty even. And then last but not least is this matte orange. Yeah, really not cute, really patchy. It's a bit of a weird color story on the second row. It's a lot of orange, and so far I'm not noticing any staining. So let's get into the third row. Let's start with this matte pinkish taupe. It's not pigmented and it blends okay, I guess. You know, maybe it would be enough to use as a transition color in the crease, but on its own, now I'm scared for the next one, which is also a matte, this baby pink. Let's give her a swatch. Not cute. Let's get into the bottom shade down here. Oh yeah, a little bit more warm than I was expecting. Really pretty though. Next we have this silver or blue. Yeah, that's weird. It's a good weird, but it's weird. In the light, it reflects that pretty light blue, but the base of the color is almost like a taupe because it's so unique, and I think it's pretty. I wish it was a little more pigmented. Let's hope we can finish the row out strong with the last one, this metallic fuchsia. Let's put her right here. Oh, really pretty. I definitely prefer the color story of the third row. However, based on the swatches, it was pretty underwhelming in terms of performance. We're almost done, guys, I promise. We're gonna start with this guy right here, which looked like another metallic, dark silver. I wish it was a little bit more pigmented, but it's there. I like the shine. Next, we have this metallic green. This is already not what I was expecting. Yeah, no. I like the idea of her, but she's just not pigmented enough. Next, we have what I assume is a metallic black. This could be really good or really bad. Oh, that's not bad. It felt really soft and smooth as well. Pigmentation doesn't look that bad. It's pretty even. Next we have this gold metallic. I feel like this and this are like the same fucking shade, but we're about to find out in 3, 2, no, they are not the same. Definitely more of a, I guess, satin. The particles in here are really fine. But wow, that's such a pretty true gold color. So now we have another matte, which by looking at the palette could be the matte version of this guy. Definitely better than some of the other mattes we tried previously, but still not great. In the pan, it almost looks like a pinky, warm toned, you know, mid-level brown. This is pretty orange to me. And the last one on this row, what I thought would be like a matte chocolate brown, could be another orange moment. And sure enough, she is ugly, she is patchy. I guess she blends okay, still not really pigmented. The fourth row was kind of a weird one. Definitely a strange color story in my opinion. And I'm trying to remember, but I think on one of the advertisements for this palette, I think these 3 shades are supposed to be brow colors. Hence why I didn't do anything with my eyebrows. Who knows what that's gonna look like. But last but not least, we have our last row of eyeshadows slash potential blushes. Starting with this very soft, matte pink. She is barely noticeable, you guys. At least it's soft and it looks like it can blend, but when there's no pigment, who the fuck cares? Next, we have this coral pink color, also a matte. Oh my God. It looks like I can build her up, so that's good. Still not nearly as pigmented as I would have liked her to be. A little uneven. Next is this metallic, cool toned pink. Please don't fail me, you're metallic. I'm not mad. I like her more than the first 2, but she's just not as pigmented as I would have liked her to be. So next we have another metallic pink. It's kind of like a hybrid between these 2 shades. That is pretty, but it's not as good as the other metallics. And last but not least, we have this guy. It is a matte dark brown, though it might swatch red. Who knows? Not great. I mean, shit, you look how dark it is in the pan, right? I think the color story of the last row is probably my favorite. It's very cohesive. Again, the mattes are not great. I think the metallic shades are really pretty, though not super impactful like the previous ones. All right, so some time has passed. I had to charge my battery for the camera. I've been trying to figure out what to do with this palette, and I just don't know, because when I try to reflect back on the colors without re-swatching everything, I basically have to remind myself that half of the colors look completely different than they do in the pan, which doesn't help. However, as I was taking a little bit of a break, I figured, why not give the complexion brushes from our set a try? I'm gonna take the large powder brush and some of my translucent powder. The brush feels really soft, and I think it does do a nice job with applying powder, albeit we just touched up what I already had on, but I still like it. I want to do this angled, I guess it's a contour brush, and go into my contour shade. I should mention that the face products I'm using to touch up with are products that I've used for such a long time. I've used with other brushes. I know how they usually perform for me, so I can tell if these brushes are doing the job or not, and I don't like this. I like the idea of this, but it just sort of wants to apply product and not really blend it. Definitely because of the shape, it gives you a really precise application, but like that just made my shit look so dark. I'm not mad about this around the nose though, considering how dense it is, but anywhere else, it's just too much product. I want to try next the blush brush. It's a very standard looking angled brush. I like the angle of the bristles because it makes it really easy to follow that cheekbone. Really soft. Feels really nice on the skin. So I just wiped off the angled situation, and I want to try using it for highlight. This is what we were talking about. Brush, this is your calling. This is your destiny. Now we're gonna finally get into the eyes, specifically the eyebrows first. So I just used our lash and brow brush to comb my brows upwards, and now I'm going to take the angled brush. What color do I choose, y'all? My hair is like 3 different colors right now. It's a process, by the way. Let's just go with the darkest one. What if I took that true gold color and put it in the front? I'm now taking the opposite side of our brow comb and just blending out those shadows. I don't know, they're very red toned, and I don't think these colors would really work on a lot of people. I think maybe if they were more neutral or cool toned. Should we just try the third color in the other brow? Like, why not at this point? I do think this angled brush is nice, especially for brows. What's sad is that I definitely put 3 different colors on my eyebrows, and yet they both look exactly the same. I'm not loving this mirror either. Like, maybe if you were just looking at your eyes, but for the whole face, it's like... I should also mention that I want to try to use all of these brushes exclusively. I don't want to have to run and grab another brush, even if it would be helpful to the look, just because I really want to put this to the test. I'm trying to remember something that doesn't suck. Oh, but it's so many of them. So I'm going to take the large shader brush and get into that matte pink. I think I want to put it just on the lid. Oh my God, I thought this was used, but there's two sides to it. Do you see? Let's take the sponge applicator into that matte taupe and let's put that in the crease. Let's go into this pretty silver taupe iridescent moment that we loved. And where is she? Also, I'm going in with that metallic fuchsia moment because at this point, I just need something to show up. I mean, that's a pretty color combination, but like, how many eyeshadows did we just put on, you guys? I want to try some of this terrible iridescent white and see what that does. Absolutely nothing. What if we go in with our finger? That did the tiniest little bit of something. Like, I can see it. It's definitely brighter in the inner corner, but like, good God, where's the pigment? I'm gonna go in with the angled brush on that really pretty metallic plum moment. I'm gonna get it really close to my lower lash line. Obviously, you lose a lot of that metallic quality when you apply with a dense, precise brush, but it's still a pretty color. It is one of those kind of bruisey, plummy purples that you kind of want to be careful with. I'm not mad at it though. I think it actually complements my green eyes. For fun, let's just try to make a wing out of this. She's a little thick for eyeliner. Should we just go into the matte black and see what that does? And see, the problem with these shadows too is that they're so powdery. If you kick off the powder from your brush, it's almost like, okay, but then what's left? And then if you don't kick it off, you have fallout, which as you can see is easy to brush away. The color story of this palette has really given us no choice but to go for an orange look. You know, we can sit here and try to fight it, but at the end of the day, that's what's gonna win. So I thought this was cute. Maybe whoever was putting these brushes together put this on wrong. I don't know, but am I supposed to put my finger in this? What am I supposed to, like, you're kind of in my way. We're gonna take this matte orange and attempt to put this all over the lid. Oh my God, I don't really like her. It doesn't feel very comfortable on the eyes. It kind of feels like I'm using a paintbrush. I'm not mad at this orange. I didn't love it in the swatch, but on the eye, it's doing better than the matte pink. Let's go for the small shader, the little Cheeto snack moment. Did that do anything? I'm gonna use my finger. Okay, yeah. I've been waiting to use like this little itty bitty one. I want to go into this gold, maybe like pop it in the inner corner. Oh, that's right. The gold was actually orange. Should we go into this green just for shits and giggles? And that did absolutely nothing. What sucks about this palette is on first glance, you're looking at this thinking, okay, I see some neutrals, I see some pops of color, maybe I can do something with this. But the reality of this palette is like, you can't do shit with it. And half of the colors are the fucking same. Almost all of them don't show up. Let's go into this, I guess. I'm just gonna bring it. Ow, okay. She's pokey. She is not comfortable. I can't even blend with anything. If you've never watched a video on my channel before, I promise I am so much better at makeup than this. I am not an expert. I am not perfect. perfect, but I am really trying as hard as I can to make this shit work. And I'm just putting this silver situation. I'm gonna quickly finish this look and we'll be right back. Oh shit, we never used this little thing. Well, let's just dip it into this little pearlescent number and let's just put her under the brow bone. Fuck it. Why not? What do we have to lose? Final thoughts. What a joke. I'm actually more disappointed than I thought I would be. Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brushes, I only like 1, 2, 3. I like the look of the brushes and the weight is really nice, but overall this is pretty much a pass. And this guy, absolutely not. Hard pass. Don't even waste your time or your money. I like the idea of this palette despite the design looking a bit childish in my opinion. However, these shadows barely perform. Some are better than others, but overall, it's just not a great palette. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Even though this was a hot mess, if you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Tara for Your Wellness, for more videos like this, maybe, and other fun things. And until next time, please take care and stay well.